Gregory Rasputin was born on January 21st, 1869 to a family of peasants in Pokrovsky, which was a tiny village in Siberia near the Tura River. His mother had 7 other children before Rasputin, but many of them passed away besides 3, and then came Rasputin. As a child, Rasputin exhibited many strange behaviors such as having visions and being able to heal people. However, many people were wary of him because they thought he was possessed by the devil because of the feats he was able to do, such as I mentioned, having visions and healing people. While growing up, Rasputin was notoriously known for causing trouble wherever he went, such as getting into fistfights and sexually assaulting girls in his village. At a young age, Rasputin got married and had 4 children with his wife. However, he was known to be abusive and cheat on his wife constantly. Eventually, Rasputin ended up in a monastery in Verkho-Ture, where he attempted to train to become a monk. However, this never ended up happening. Though at this monastery, he learned to read and write, and after he left this monastery, Rasputin decided to wander around living off of donations. He wandered for a long time, walking through the various villages, and one day he stumbled upon a religious cult known as the Klystais, who were a sect of Russian Orthodox. Although Rasputin was already an odd person, his affiliation with the Klystais made him even weirder, such as the people of this faith were not allowed to bathe, which probably attributed to Rasputin's unique look. Rasputin's reputation led him to get the attention of the imperial family, where he was introduced to the Tsar Nicholas II and his wife Alexandra. Due to Rasputin being someone who was able to heal the ill, the imperial family was desperate to get their son to be healed. The heir to the throne, Alexei, was a hemophiliac. Hemophiliac means a disease where bleeding occurs uncontrollably even from the smallest cuts. Rasputin was able to heal the son of his bleedings when the doctors could not. However, most people think that this was purely coincidental, and there are 2 varying theories about this, and one includes that most hemophiliacs stopped bleeding on their own, or the young Alexei was taking aspirin prescribed by the doctors, which was a blood thinner that causes the excessive bleeding, and he stopped taking that. However, the imperial family attributed Rasputin to be the one who healed him. After the healing of the son of his suffering, Rasputin gained the admiration of Alexandra, who was seemingly convinced of Rasputin's power. This is where Rasputin's influence and access to the throne mainly began, where the imperial family began to look to Rasputin for advice. He was manipulative to the empress and her husband and only said what they wanted to hear. This rise of being dependent had profound impacts on the imperial family and Russia as a whole. Around 1915, when Russia was fighting in World War I, Nicholas II left Empress Alexandra in charge, and Rasputin served as her advisor. This would lead to the downfall of Russia because at the time the advice was given by Rasputin, and Empress Alexandra would replace any competent officials in the office who Rasputin deemed unfit, but in reality, the people that were being put in were the ones that were bribing Rasputin in various ways, such as offering their wives and daughters to Rasputin. Rasputin also would occasionally intervene and offer his advice during the war to the Tsar. Many opponents of the imperial family began to call into question the competence of Rasputin and the imperial family, which led to their demise, causing them to become the laughingstock. The blind faith in the scandalous monk and the humiliating defeats of World War I caused the people of Russia to become tired of Rasputin's influence, which made them all look weak. Eventually, many people had enough and planned to end Rasputin's life.